Here's another one. Well, today we got a real special show for you. We want to focus on deep line chironomiding. We've shown many times on how to fish with indicators and chironomids in shallow water, but if you really want big fish and plenty of them, sometimes the fish are keyed deep. So it's all about deep line chironomiding today. So we take you sport fishing on the fly. Sport Fishing on the Fly is brought to you by Togan's Fly Shop, Maui Jim Sunglasses, and Hardy Rods and Reels.
Well, we got one here. We just started. So, what do you do right off the bat?
Got a throat sample.
Say, yeah.
Got a throat. If they're big enough.
This guy's big enough.
Which this guy is, yeah. He's a good size. Oh, watch my rod. There he is. There, nice.
I've got a big bomber on right now, but I think we better. Oh, he's off already.
Well, we know the big bombers are staging down there.
Yeah, this is quite a large.
Yeah.
Like that's a large.
Oh yeah, that's big. Yeah, but you know what? We know bombers are down there, right? They've got to be eating them. We know small ones are coming off right now. So
okay.
See.
Let's
do
put
a
him
throat
down
sample and see what
and
he's got.
See what he's got. Oh, we got a variety of sizes. Some smaller ones, some bigger chrome ones.
Oh yeah.
Look
Okay.
at green, big green. No,
yeah,
bigger
that's what I've
green,
got on. Big green right now.
bag.
Okay.
There's a big chrome.
Well, you know what?
There's a big chromer right there.
So they're eating them. They're down there. They're not coming up, so they're staging down there.
That's a bomber.
That is a
Big
bomber.
green. Look
Yeah,
at how big that
green.
sucker is.
Wow.
Big.
That's cool. Okay, well, I'm sticking with big green. I think they're staging. They should come off throughout the day. And oh, what? I just had another hit.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to grab my rod.
Well, that's a big
Just
fish
hanging
on
there.
the screen too. Wow, you just had it hanging there. You were trying to
Yeah.
film, and I saw the big one on the screen.
This
Like
feels-
that big blip on the screen.
This
so.
feels heavy. Oh, this is a nice fish.
Oh.
That's what we wait for. Oh, oh no,
Oh.
no, and I just lost him. That was the big guy.
Yeah,
that was
that
one
was
of them.
big.
Darn. Oh, okay. Well, you know what? I'm going to show everybody what we got. So right now, I've got big green on. So that's when you're bomber fishing here, just let me clean up that gump on here. When you're bomber fishing, big is good, So I'm going to tie on the bench today a bomber. We don't know a color yet, but 2X long, 8s, 10s, big, like big flies, big fish. You just hang them down there, and when you got bomber staging, so what the bombers do was big chironomids, anything from 15, 16 feet up to 100 feet. They just sit down there, and they're big, and they just wiggle with their butts down, the head up, and just wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. When they're ready, they come up, and they'll stage for, days to even a week. So if you get it right, it can be phenomenal. So that was a big guy, and I lost him.
7 or 8 pounds. Oh. You got to see him, but he pulled out.
Oh, that was.
Try not to lose him.
Oh, no kidding. That was big air.
Oh, and he's gone.
No. Oh, that was as big as the guy that I had lost earlier.
that
That
was
was
like
about
7,
8.
8
Oh,
pounds.
7, 8. Oh, it was huge. No. Tragic. Did he bend your hook or what?
Probably did.
Yeah, because he was
yeah,
going
like that.
crazy. And you put on Big Teddy.
Big Teddy.
Big Teddy. So did he
Yeah.
bend it?
Bent out.
He bent out. Oh. That's the problem. You know what? With big fish, that's what you get. You get, especially when you get the heat on them.
Bent out on the big guy.
This is a nice one. This is a good fish to start. I mean, I've lost a
Yeah,
a real big guy, but what I did is I had a green chironomid on. So I started smaller. We started earlier quite small till we saw a few fish with bombers. Then we got some throat samples, saw some bombers, and I'll show everybody the bomber I went to. Just got to hook him here. Oh man, right in the top part. Look at the size of that. So we saw some really big chrome and reds coming off, so that's the size I'm fishing. Big. And this guy ate it. He's a good one. That's a nice fish. You get deep lining. Look at the beautiful colors. Wow. And there he goes. Whew. Well, they're starting to come on. It's early in the day. We've just started. But what we'll do right now, let's go to the bench. And I can tie up a bomber because we've had bomber greens. We've had bomber chromies like this one. So let's go to the bench, tie up a big bomber. Today on the bench, I want to tie you up Don's Blue Dun Bomber Chironomid. Now, it's a big chironomid pattern as we're using today, and I find these colors are the best combination. Remember, big bombers have really defined thoraxes, really defined gills, quite large, and usually they have that red butt. So this has all the right ingredients. Make sure you have these materials ready before you tie the fly. For the hook, we'll use a 2x long curved size 8. We'll tie with some 8/0 Blue Dun thread. We'll use a 1/8 inch Togen's Brown Magic for the bead, some white antron for the gills. For the body, we'll use some 8/0 Blue Dun thread, some 0.2 brown wire for the first rib, some 0.75 millimeter anti-static bag strip for the second rib, some 8/0 rust thread for the thorax, some Gulf Pink Attack UV resin for the wing buds, some 12/0 hot orange thread for the butt, and some UV resin to coat the fly. So to start the fly off, I put my brown bead with the wide diameter towards the eyelet because we're going to put on some gills right now. I'm going to start with my hot orange thread and just tie it in. It doesn't really matter on the thread when you're putting in the gills. Just take some white antron, just take a couple of turns on that white antron, cut off your excess, and then whip finish and push your bead up. Now the gills are tied on. I'm going to take my hot orange thread and just tie it in behind the bead. Now the thread's on the hook. I've taken my wire, my brown wire, and my anti-static bag strip, and I'm just going to tie them in right behind the bead, and then just wrap down towards the butt and just keep the material on the side of the hook as you wrap to keep it thin. Once you get down near the bend of the hook, I'm going to take about 6 to 7 wraps behind just to form a small orange butt. I always like to have an orange butt on the fly. It's just a lot of chironomids, especially bombers when they're emerging, always have a little red on the back. So just tie in a small butt and then move your thread forward. Now to get ready for the body, we're just going to whip finish off our orange thread right behind the bead and take our Blue Dun thread and wrap it in. And sometimes you can use heavier Blue Dun thread so you don't have to take as many wraps on the body. But now we're just going to wind our Blue Dun thread right back to the tail and all the way up and form a nice body on the fly. And just make sure it's slightly tapered. Now that you have the body built with the Blue Dun thread, I'm going to whip finish this off, this thread, right again behind the bead. And we're going to tie in our brown thread so that we can wrap the body in the rib and start forming the thorax. So now we're going to wrap in our first rib, and that's the wire, because I always like to follow the anti-static bag up the wire after. So we're going to take our brown wire just off the back, and we're going to start wrapping forward. And usually you're going to form about 7 to 8 ribs up the fly. And then tie off the wire and just do a few little windmills to pull it off. Now the rib's tied in, I'm going to take my anti-static bag, and all we do is just follow the rib up with the anti-static bag, and that'll leave a small spacing in between the rib and your anti-static bag and show through on that nice Blue Dun thread. and just tie off behind the bead. Now we're going to form a rust-colored thorax on the fly, build it up so it's, quite even with the bead, and we'll finish it off there and cut off your thread. Now we're going to cut the gills to length. I just like to pull the gills over again over the bead and snip it right at behind the bead, and that forms really nice prominent gills on the fly. Now to put the finishing touches on the fly, I'm just going to take a bodkin, a small bodkin, and just take a dab of your pink gulf. And just dab it on the fly just to form some nice wing buds. And that'll form 2 wing buds on the fly. And hit them with your light to cure them. Now to finish the fly off, I've taken some UV resin, some thin UV resin. Again, the Solaris is nice, Loon's good. Gulf makes a nice thin resin. And we're going to coat the body and then hit it with the light to finish it up. Make sure it's all nice and even. So there it is, Don's Blue Dun Bomber Chironomid. Now you want to make sure you have some bombers in your box because there are really nice bomber hatches from anywhere July, August, all the way through to September. And my 3 favorite colors that you have to have, a light olive or green olive color. You definitely need some browns, dark browns and light browns, and of course this color, the chromie and the blue dun, must-haves for your fly box. Sport Fishing on the Fly is brought to you by Togen's Fly Shop, Maui Jim Sunglasses, and Hardy Rods and Reels. Oh, look at it go. Oh, see him biting it?
Yeah.
The little nibble on the rod.
Get a nibble at it.
Yeah, when they take it though, those rods just bend sideways. Oh, there. See, I got one. Oh, gee, that might be, oh.
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 You didn't have your drag set very good.
Oh, I did. I had it set, but it's tough because we're using heavy pound tests, and I show everybody the setup after. But you want to use heavy mono down to your swivel because they're big fish, right? You've got big potential. And when they hit the fly when you're deep lining, they rip it. Like they'll swim by and they grab that chironomid hard. So minimum, you need 3x from your swivel down to your fly. We use 2x. Like I'll be using 10-pound test a lot of times, of course fluoro, but you need it because if you don't, what happens is you bend a lot of hooks out if you're not using really 2x heavy hooks, which I try to tie on now. But if you don't, you're going to bust a lot of fish off. So you either break them or you bend the hook, but that's the price you pay when you're hooking big fish and you put a little bit of heat on them. And this guy,
yeah, we got lots.
Yeah, I've got this size, but again, this is a real nice size fish. And look at that. Oh, look at the fly just popped out. It's popped out of his mouth. And look at, see, even that hook is a little bent. It's bent out once and now it's getting bent again. I'm going to have to replace it. That's what you want to see. Shoot, big fish moving through. That's exactly what you want to see in your sounder. Big guy, 25 on the bottom, another smaller one at 20. Oh, and Dale got one. Oh, gee. Where is it?
He's behind the boat.
Oh, right here.
Little guy.
Little guy. Oh.
Little guy. Oh. Little guy, but full of spunk.
Yeah, but full of spunk. That's all right. Oh, and you had those big guys.
Yeah, I know.
Coming over, but the little guys ate it first. Oh, gee. Never fails. Little guys eating it first. Got to get those big guys. There's another.
Big guys, touch me.
Yeah, look at, there's another big guy coming through right now. I got to get my line down there.
Eating lunch.
Had it sitting there
That's
eating
the other
lunch.
thing that's good. You can just leave it dangle while you eat lunch.
Oh, that's the beauty of deep lining, right? You can just put it in the holder and relax and hang on. That's another nice fish. Oh, you know, the beauty is they're just those panask. You can't beat them, can you?
No.
Just all big air and everything else. Well, I'll let you let that guy go. I'm putting down again. You're having your lunch. When you get them in, you can finish your bunwich. Nice fish. Oh yeah, that's nice. It's kind of our normal size we've been getting.
Yeah, that's bad when you're just using
Yeah.
like a dime a dozen.
Yeah,
Right? You're just not
exactly.
even. We're looking for those big guys. And
Yeah. Now we'll get them. We'll get them.
oh yeah.
Beautiful. Nice fish. Got the hook out or you? Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, hooks up.
Hooks up.
Okay. Try to lift him up.
Nice, yeah, nice chrome bullet. Oh yeah.
No, can't lift him. He's too. You want to squeeze him?
Yeah. Beautiful. That's a nice fish. There he goes. While you're having lunch. Look at you. You took another bite of your bun and that's it.
That's it.
That's it. Oh,
yeah, it
gee.
was so quick after the last one.
Yeah. Sport Fishing on the Fly is brought to you by Togan's Fly Shop, Maui Jim Sunglasses, and Hardy Rods and Reels.
Okay, looks like we found a few fish. So to get going, I use the forceps, clip it on the back of the fly. A lot of people have custom-made little weights with clamps that they clamp on, which is a much safer thing to do without losing your forceps. But because we've had the odd disaster, but you feed it down right to the bottom. You'll see till you touch bottom. I keep feeding it till I hit. We're in about 25 feet of water here. So as soon as it hits there, it's on bottom. I'll maybe give it a few reels like that. Then I know I'm going to be just sitting a foot and a half off the bottom. Bring this back up. Take it off. Cast it back out and you're fishing.
And don't throw your forceps overboard
yeah.
like a lot of times you do.
Yeah.
Instead of throwing your fly, you throw the forceps. I've done that before.
Yeah, we've had a couple of those.
Yeah. And then what do with the rod? You just...
That's it. Hang
That's
it
it.
like this and hope the fish come by and hope that they're down there feeding on the bombers.
and give it a little tweak once in a while.
Yeah, we'll just.
That's it. Yeah, lift the rod tip.
And
once
then
in a
I
while.
like to watch the sounder. Like I'm watching the sounder there, and then I mean, when it's good, you see them come on the sounder, and you can almost call it, right? You could see the fish. We had that.
Yeah. Seen
We
those
had that
before.
earlier where we just saw the fish come up on it. We said, "Look at fish on the screen." Boom.
Well, see, we'll give it a shot. This area looks pretty good. Well, we moved to that new area, and Dale showed you that technique to use. And you know, it's funny. We've been using bombers all day, and then we saw that very few bombers were coming up later. Oh, gee. So I went back to a normal chrony. I put on, well, still big, like size 12, 2X long. Still a pretty big fly, but not, not an 8X, 2X, size 8, 2X. It's really big. And this guy hit. I just got the line out, put it down, and bam! He crushed it. This is a nice fish, I think.
Yeah, I think it looks pretty
it's
good.
pretty
when it
good
jumps.
size, yeah. Jeez, they're scrappy in here.
You'll have to watch
Holy
the anchor
cow.
rope here.
Wow.
That's the other trouble. We get the one anchor rope down and
Oh,
he's
man.
ripping.
Hot fish. This one's a real hot fish. Well, he's big, he's chrome. And that's the nice thing. When you get them big and chrome, they're hot. Whoa. Yeah, and if you never
Nice
deep line
fast yank.
chironomid, it's just something that we love to do, right? We've done it forever. We love to do it. Oh, yeah, that's a nice fish.
He's a nice
And
meaty
it's
chunk.
fun to do. So.
Yes.
Yeah, he is. Not one of the big boys, but still, you know what? You're catching these kind of fish on a chironomid and in deep water. Oh, it's still
Yeah,
nice.
nice fish, yeah.
Gorgeous fish. Oh, panask. You can't beat a panask, can you?
No.
Panask are just,
Well, the way they jump and
yeah,
rip.
just
and-
the best. And I went back to to a small black. Oh, gee.
Barely fits in
Oh,
there.
man. That is a, look at that.
That's
Look at
nice.
that little black, right? Our little shadow chironomid. Look at the little shadow silver chrony. Oh, there, no, I got it.
Oh, I got it.
So there's our little shadow, little silver shadow chironomid. That's all it is, you know, size, that one's a size 12. And that's a decent fish. This guy
He's a nice
is
looking fish.
chrome. Look at, well, that's a 23-inch net.
Yeah.
You know, he's 23. He's
Yeah.
about, yeah, just about right there.
Yeah.
About 23-inch.
And meaty.
Solid and meaty.
Solid.
Fat. And I can't grab them, but
Oh,
hold them up. Whoa,
Solid.
look at that.
Yeah.
Solid. That is a gorgeous fish. And heavy. Oh, just beautiful. Hey, look at the colors on that fish. Oh, I knew he was going to give me a
nice
shower.
little face wash.
Beautiful. Oh,
Very nice.
well, you know, we're hoping for more of those. It's kind of midway through the day. We had some really good action early before the wind came up. We had a lot of chironomids. Then, as soon as the wind came up, the chironomids died a bit. But what we've done is we had to go and look around. So all the time, we've got the sounder, and we just go and find them. And Dale said, oh, here, we're in 25 feet. I spotted a few more. So fish finder, critical, isn't it?
Oh yeah, for
Critical.
this type of fishing
Yeah.
it is. You got to see them on the bottom. Yeah.
But deep line is the best. Well, bully, what do you think of that, eh?
Pretty phenomenal. I
Isn't
didn't even have to watch bobbers go down. I could just watch my rod bend over. So
You have done exceptionally well to not be coerced by the dark side. You know, we've seen bobbers go down for the
Yeah,
past few days. The deep line today was incredible. If no one's ever tried deep lining, again, follow those rules. You know, full sink line, go down, just sit it on the bottom, move it up. So many options with deep line.
it's fantastic. And the size of the fish, we caught some spectacular. Even like the 3-pound fish, 2-3 pounds will rip you off, and then hook some giant guys like
Yeah.
8 pounds. Unfortunately, we had bent out hooks.
Ah, we saw a few and
snap
we
offs, yeah.
lost a few, but it's all good. And if you want an adventure like this, you got to give Douglas Lake Ranch a call. You know, they got the full thing. They got your accommodations, food, phenomenal fishing on Minnie and Stoney and other lakes that they can take you to. Big thanks to Wes Penny, the manager here, for setting us up, right? It was awesome. And Brent Gill for the invite up to the ranch. I love coming here.
Oh, it's fantastic. Yeah,
Yeah.
we love it here. Yeah.
But when you come out here, take care, conserve our waters, and we'll see you next time when we take you sport fishing on the fly. Yeah, what a day.